Module 1. Developing Project Proposals for Research and Innovation in Footwear Enterprises. Unit 4, Proposal Submission. This presentation is divided into 3 sections: Research and Innovation Participant Portal, Creating an EU Login and Getting a PIC, Submission Procedure Step-by-Step, SME Instrument. What is the Research Participant Portal? The Participant Portal is the single gateway to funding-related interactions between applicants and the Commission/agencies. It brings homogeneity, transparency and better service integration for grant management. Some areas in the Participant Portal are for public access, whereas some others require authentication through EU login or registration. The slide shows an overview of the Participant Portal services. Services marked in red are those available after logging in as personal folders. How to participate includes access to calls and submission service, available without login. Also, the submission service can be accessed after logging in. From the Funding Opportunities tab you can select your program and call. For instance, go to Horizon 2020 calls. Here, calls and topics are grouped according to H2020 main pillars. Browse the calls by exploring the H2020 structure, or find the relevant call using the filter option. Here you see the SME instrument at call level. As a new feature for the SME instrument, there are no longer topics to be selected. The SME instrument is a continuously open call until the end of 2020 with 4 cutoff dates a year per phase. This means you can submit your proposal at any time. After each cutoff date, all the proposals submitted are evaluated by external expert evaluators, and, if your proposal is successful, you will be invited to prepare the grant agreement. To access the submission service, select the SME instrument phase 1 or 2 you want to apply for and click on Start Submission. Then log in or register for an account, EU login. Optionally, you can log in first and then select the topic and type of action. You are then automatically directed to the submission service. From the How to Participate tab, you can access Participant Portal services without login. Reference documents, list of all useful reference documents, beneficiary register. Check whether your organization is already registered with the PIC search. Access the beneficiary registration tool, previously known as URF. H2020 Financial Viability Self-Check. Coordinators are required to do this non-binding check before submitting a proposal. SME Participation. Starting page for information related to participation of SMEs. The Reference Documents page includes a list of all reference documents grouped by categories. Check standard proposal templates per action type. If the topic uses a special template, then it is available from the Topic Documents page. The SME Participation page contains information dedicated to SMEs on how to gain access to European funding. Where to find support. The Support tab includes the following sections. 1. H2020 Online Manual. New online guide divided into business processes. Aims at providing all the information, list of documents and useful links, IT wiki, etc., for each specific process. 2 ways of finding info: general overview with drill-down approach. Direct linking to specific sections from some participant portal pages, via the H2020 online guide button. 2. Research Inquiry Service. Service provided by the Europe Direct Contact Center. 3. Enterprise Europe Network, and other help services for enterprises and industry. Free support for organizations applying for projects under the SME instrument. In the H2020 online manual you can find guidance, process by process, with a drill-down approach. Find more help on how to prepare and submit your proposal by clicking on How to. Other help services. National Contact Points, NCP, Database. Glossary. FAQ Database. Useful information along with additional guidance. IT Help Desk Contact Form, Other Help Services. Ethics Help Desk, European IPR Help Desk, European Committee for Standardization, IGLO. What's new? EU Login provides a single sign-on to a large number of information systems available on the participant portal. To use the functions available on My Area, you must have an EU login account. If you already have an EU login account, you must use that one. Otherwise, you can create an EU login account by clicking on the Register button on the participant portal. All you need is your work email address. Click on Register to start creating your EU login. Enter your email address and click on Create an Account. Enter your personal details, including your individual professional email. Please remember that the EU login is personal. Check your mailbox, even the spam folder, as you will receive a confirmation email containing a link to complete the registration process. This process must be completed within 1 hour and a half. Important, your EU login credentials are strictly confidential. Once you have created your EU login, to sign in, enter your username or email address and click on Next. Enter your password and click on Sign in to be automatically redirected to the participant portal. After logging in, you can use the personalized services and tools for submitting proposals and managing projects. Your personal folders are available on the left-hand side. You have personalized access to the IT tools on the left side. You can access your account details by clicking on your name. If you want to participate in a project proposal, your organization needs to be registered in the beneficiary register of the participant portal and have a 9-digit participant identification code, PIC. You can verify whether your organization is already registered and has a PIC on the participant portal beneficiary register page. If not, you can start the registration process on the same page and, once completed, get the PIC to be quoted in your proposal and in any correspondence with the Commission. If your proposal is successful, you will receive a notification that your proposal is selected for funding. When needed, the Commission will ask you to provide supporting documents to confirm the information declared during the registration of your organization, validation of the legal entity. Appoint a legal entity appointed representative, the so-called LEA. Provide supporting documents to verify the financial viability of your organization. Verify whether your organization is already registered and has a PIC using the search functionality. If not, you can start the registration process on the same page by clicking on Register Organization. A navigation bar resembling a metro line will appear at the top of the page highlighting the registration step that you are currently working on. The registration process finishes on completion of 6 steps which follow a logical sequence. The wizard will guide you through the registration process. After filling in your data and clicking the Submit button, the system will display a message confirming your successful registration as a legal entity. Your PIC has been generated and can now be used to submit a proposal via the electronic proposal submission service. If you want to continue updating your data, for example providing SME status information or research-specific data, in this page you will find also indications on how to proceed. In order to apply for the SME instrument, you must check whether your organization qualifies as an SME. The SME self-assessment will help you to describe the family tree, ownership structure, of your organization. This is essential for non-autonomous organizations. You will need to enter the financial figures, staff headcount, turnover and balance sheet of the last approved accounting period of your organization and of any other organization that might be directly or indirectly related to it. Once you have completed the first part of your participant identification code, PIC, registration process, you will be given the option to fill out the section program-specific data. If you mark your organization as an SME, you will automatically be transferred to the SME self-assessment questionnaire. Otherwise, you can also start the SME self-assessment later by going to My Organization and clicking on the Modify Organizations. Scroll down to the SME section and click on Start SME Self-Assessment. Make sure that you have all the required financial accounts available in the company family tree when you start the SME self-assessment. Find help in the user guide accessible from the IT How to link. The wizard will guide you on how to enter the required information throughout the questionnaire. Once all the necessary information is entered, and if the organization really qualifies as an SME, the final report screen will be displayed. You have to submit the result of your self-assessment at this point. To do so, click on Close. The system will automatically direct you to the beneficiary register, where you can click on Submit Changes to save the results into your organization data. How to start preparing a proposal. Once you have your EU login username and password, your PIC and your partner's PICs, you can start the submission process by logging into the participant portal and using the European Commission's online submission service wizard. The submission process consists of 5 differentiated steps. Log in with your EU login. Go to the Funding Opportunities page. Select the Call and Read/download the relevant documents. Select the action type. Start preparing your draft proposal. Continue the preparation or quit and come back later. The electronic submission service is available until call deadline. Note: the SME instrument is managed as a permanently open call with, in general, 4 cutoff dates per year. Proposal submission step-by-step login. Select call and type of action, steps 1 and 2. Pre-registration, step 3. Management of parties to the project, step 4. Filling of administrative forms and Part B or annexes, step 5. Submission, step 6. PIC numbers are required in the proposal submission system, therefore participants are encouraged to register their organizations as soon as possible before drafting a proposal. Proposals are composed of: Part A, the administrative information, list of participants, legal and financial structured forms, etc. Part B, PDF documents with the technical contents. There may be additional documents, optional. To access the submission service, sign in with your EU login. Go to the call description page. Select the type of action and then click the Start Submission button. You are then automatically directed to the submission service. You are now in the online submission service wizard. Enter your organization's PIC or search by name. Check whether the configuration is okay for a better usability of the system. For help, read the user guide or the online manual IT how-to. Remember that the SME instrument requires a beneficiary organization qualified as an SME. Otherwise, you will see this error message, which will block your organization from submitting a proposal for this call. Section 2 of the administrative form contains the research and innovation related information from the beneficiary register, PIC, legal name, short name, address, legal status, SME data, NAFE code. Once the PIC number is added on step 4, the information in the form on section 2 is pre-filled and never gets updated. In order to update the legal data, delete the PIC in the given proposal. Update the data in the beneficiary register. Add again the PIC for the given proposal. The administrative form shows pre-filled data of the organization in read-only mode. Select your role in the proposal, typically the top-level role, main contact. Enter the acronym. Acronyms can be changed later on by the proposal coordinator, by editing the administrative form in Part A. Fill in the summary field, click on Next and accept the disclaimer at the next step to create the draft proposal. Eligibility conditions. A proposal will be considered eligible if all 3 of the following conditions are met. The applicant is a for-profit SME, including newly created companies and startups, from any sector. The applicant is established in an EU member state or a Horizon 2020 associated country. Link. The applicant is not found in a situation of concurrent submission/implementation with another SME instrument proposal/project. The following message confirms that your draft proposal has been created, and your draft will be given a temporary proposal ID. You will also receive a confirmation email. Click Continue with this proposal to proceed to the next step. To postpone this action for a later time and return to your list of proposals in the participant portal, click on Go to My Proposals. If you clicked Continue with this proposal at the end of Step 3, the Step 4, Manage Your Related Parties screen is displayed. Alternatively, you can also access this step from the list of your proposals at a later stage. In this step you can add, remove, and manage additional partner organizations and their contact persons, roles. You can also edit the contact person's details of the main organization. Click on Add Partner button to add or change the partners for the proposal and select the appropriate project role of the partner contact. Note: before you can invite a partner, they must already have a PIC. Access rights in the proposals. The first person who starts to draft the proposal will give access rights to the other contact persons. Access rights are given with the help of the email and name. Upon saving, the system sends an automatic invitation. If the person does not have an EU login account yet, one will be created and the person will receive an invitation to finalize the EU login creation and then can access the proposal. Access right types: full access equals coordinator contact or participant contact, or read-only rights equals team member. Only coordinator contacts can modify the list of participants and give access rights to other people. Access rights in the proposals. All contact persons receive access rights and are listed in Part A, main contact persons with full details, other contacts with minimum data. Authorized representative data is not required any longer in the proposals. Coordinator contacts with full access rights can edit all parts of the proposal, can upload the technical annexes and submit the proposal. Participant contacts can edit their parts of the administrative form and can read only the other parts. Section 2. Participant data based on the beneficiary register in a read-only mode for everyone. Only the LIA/self-registrant can modify the organization data in the beneficiary register, not in the submission system. This step is the core of the submission process. Click on Next or, to access a previously saved draft proposal form, go to the My Area Greater Than My Proposals page in the participant portal. You must be logged in, and click Add in the Actions column for the respective proposal. The action buttons shown in the Step 5 of the submission wizard are these. Click Edit Forms to start editing the administrative forms. Depending on the configuration of your browser, the form will be open embedded in your browser, i.e. online mode, or as a downloaded PDF form, i.e. offline form. To start completing the form, scroll down through the form or click the blue button in the table of contents to navigate to the respective section of your form. This is primarily an administrative form that should include general information, administrative data of participating organizations, budget information, and also call-specific information. Contact person's name are read-only in the form. If no main contact was chosen at Step 4, the fields are empty here. To modify the data, users have to go back to Step 4. Other contact persons are listed, if there were any given at Step 4. The EU provides a lump sum of €50,000 in funding, per project, not per participating business, for SME Instrument Phase 1 projects, which amounts to 70% of the notional eligible costs of €71,429. The budget section is automatically filled in the proposal and cannot be modified, read-only mode. You need to click on the Save and Close blue button in order to save the form in the system. Important note, if changes are applied to the consortium data, Step 4, while the form is open/has been edited, online mode, or after having downloaded the form for editing, offline mode, you will be requested to reopen the form and validate it before being able to submit your proposal. You can click the Validate Form button to make sure that your form meets the administrative requirements. Validating the form must be done before being able to submit. If you do not run it via the Validate Form button, but you finish filling the form, you will automatically arrive to the validating results. Please note, if you did not fill in all sections in the form, the validation results will not be shown. Still, you will not be able to submit and you will be asked to review the errors/warnings when trying to submit. Click on Download Part B templates to download the latest proposal requirements templates as readily editable RTF files. The template describes the information that must be included in your application and how to structure that information. It is important that you remain within the file size and page limits that a proposal may have. Usual setup: Technical Annex 1 to 3 with a page limit. Above the page limit, the system puts a watermark on the excess pages. Technical Annex 4 to 5, usually no page limit applies. Additional Ethics Annex as optional document. Make sure that you first familiarize yourself with all the specific annex form limitations and requirements. Click the question mark for each attachment in order to display the specific limitations applying to that specific attachment. The allowed file size of annex forms may be limited, too. Once you have completed your proposal based on the downloaded templates, you must convert it into PDF files, which you will then upload as annexes of the proposal. Click the Upload button for each respective document. Optionally, you can click on Delete an uploaded file to remove it and replace it with a new file. Only the coordinator of the proposal can upload/delete files in Part B. To make sure that your application meets the requirements, run a validation of your whole draft proposal. This includes all documents both in Part A and Part B. To do so, you click on the Validate button at the bottom of the submission application. Correct any errors that have been detected in the forms. When all errors and warnings are corrected, click the Validate button again to make sure you have not missed anything. Once you get the No Errors validation screen, click on Submit. Your proposal has now been submitted and the system displays a message to confirm that the proposal has been received. After submission of the proposal, it is advised to download your proposal in order to check that it has been correctly submitted. A digitally signed and time-stamped version of the latest submitted version of your proposal can be viewed/downloaded, depending on the volume of proposals submitted. This signed and time-stamped version can take from a few seconds up to several hours to be visible in the submission application. When call closure is reached, This can take up to 72 hours. If you need to revise your proposal, click the button to go back to step 5. The proposal coordinator may continue to modify the proposal and submit revised versions, overwriting each preceding one right up until the deadline. If your proposal is withdrawn, it will not be considered for evaluation. However, the system will keep the proposal draft and the withdraw action may be reversed by resubmitting the proposal before the call deadline. You will have to enter a reason for the withdrawal. My proposals. To edit draft or submitted proposals, delete or withdraw them once they are in a draft or submitted state. Look for the My Proposals folder in the portal after login. To create new proposals, always start from the topic page. To edit/delete/withdraw/view submitted proposals, click on one of the action buttons for the given proposal. Some useful tips. Use the new Part B templates prepared for Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the EIC pilot. Register your organization and perform the SME self-assessment well in time. Non-autonomous organizations may have a complex structure. Ensure that the rest of beneficiaries, if any, also have a pick and qualify as SMEs. Select the most appropriate keywords, maximum of 3 main keywords and 3 sub-keywords, to ensure that your proposal is attributed to expert evaluators who have the most relevant thematic knowledge to adequately evaluate it. Respect page limit and file size requirements. Do not wait till the last minute. Try to submit your proposals at least 48 hours before call closure. Until closure of the call, you can resubmit your proposal if needed. Some useful links. The Participant Portal. EU Login FAQ. The Participant Portal FAQ. H2020 Online Manual. Proposal Submission Guide. Some useful links. EIC Work Program 2018 to 2020. SME Instrument, Guide for Applicants. SME Self-Assessment Guidance. Twitter SME Instrument.